Mind is the master power that Mind is the master power that molds and makes, and man is mind, and evermore he takes the tool of thought, and shaping what he will, brings forth 1,000 joys and 1,000 ills. He thinks in secret, and it comes to pass. Environment is his looking glass. Good morning. We're David and Alyssa Muller, and we are coming at you live this morning to talk about our first habit of success, daily personal growth. So just to recap, we're talking about our ultimate achievement system. And the easiest way to explain our ultimate achievement system would be to the 1-3-5-7-9 formula. Alyssa, do you want to tell them about the 1-3-5-7-9 formula?
So it's just a very easy way to and systematic approach to daily growth, honestly. First off, I have never heard that poem before. That was awesome. And second off, the delay is very powerful. People were like, what, did he forget what his first rule is? His number one is. So good job on that technique.
Nice.
But I love definitely number one, the vision, super important. So yes, over to you.
Nice. So 1-3-5-7-9, quite simply, you start with one vision. We apply 3 power traits to 5 habits of success. And then we run 7 days at a time, and we reset our action plan every 90 days. So we run in these 90-day cycles. And a few weeks ago, we talked about the vision and creating a vision statement. And then last week, we talked about the 3 power traits. And we took a deep dive into the 3 power traits, which is be coachable, be consistent, and be tenacious, never quit. And then this week, we're going to take some time and talk a little bit about personal growth. Now, personal growth is important, and here's why. The reason it's number one is because our life and our lifestyle is directly related to the things that we do. And most of what we do is done out of habit. There's only really 2 differences between highly successful people and those that are not. And the 2 differences is the way they think and how they spend their time. And so that's why the number one habit of success that all highly successful people are in constant improvement of is because everything revolves around the way we think and what we do.
Yeah. So remember, friends, this is the number 5 of the 1-3-5-7-9, and it's the number 1 of the number 5, so that we're not confused at all. Because in the 1-3-5-7-9, number 1 is vision, but in the 5 of the 1-3-5-7-9, the first of the 5 is. Say it again, David.
The first of the 5 is daily personal growth.
Yes.
It deals with your mind. Shall we go through the real quick, the 5 habits? Let's go through the quick 5 habits.
Yeah, let's do an overview.
First one, like we talked about, is personal growth. It deals with your mind. Now, again, these are 5 areas of our life that we've been able to determine that all highly successful people are in constant improvement of. The first one being daily personal growth, deals with your mind. The second one is practice what you preach. It deals with your lifestyle, and we'll talk a little bit about that next week. And then the third habit is sharpen your saw. It deals with your skill set. Always work at getting better at what it is that you've decided to become proficient at. The fourth one deals with your people. It's mastermind your tribe. There we go. And the fifth one The fifth one deals with your heart. It's my favorite. I can't wait to talk about that in a few weeks. And it is pay it forward. So those are the 5 habits. Now let's go into a little bit more detail about the first habit, personal growth. Let's see. We talked about there's only 2 differences between those that are highly successful and those that are not. It's the way they think, how they spend their time. Let's talk about the garden of your mind, Alyssa.
Yeah. So I've always loved this visual. So you have this garden that is precise and in perfect rows and everything matches. And then you have this garden where it's well organized also, but it looks different, obviously. There is no right or wrong way for growing, okay, as far as like constant, consistent growth. But if you do not grow, and maybe I'm jumping the gun, but the next one, dun, 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 this is what you don't want your mind to have happen. And for those of us that don't fill our mind with positive, it doesn't even have to be, if you're not a reader, don't read, listen to an audio. Don't want to read, don't want to do an audio, surround yourself with people that have learned more than you have and can grow you. So the whole point is, I see a lot of sometimes resistance when we're teaching our tribe about this one because they say they don't have time, but there's so many ways that you can crush this in the time that you have. You just have to really analyze, do you have a drive to work? If you have a drive to work, plug in something audio, if, you have kids and then after they go to sleep, take 10, 15 minutes, read a book, plug in your headset, listen to that audio. So there's lots of ways to plug that into your day while you're in the shower. Put on one of those speakers and listen while you're in the shower. So I've already given you like a couple really great tips to actually build this into your daily habit. Well, once you start, you will not stop. You will literally, you will be like, if you've ever been an addict to sugar or caffeine, it will be like that. It'll be like, I can't wait to get some more. So that's how I feel about personal growth.
Yeah, I love learning. And tomorrow we'll go into a little bit more detail about some of our favorite resources as far as personal growth. Some of our favorite books that we read over and over again, and also some of our other favorite resources. YouTube is a good one. We'll go into a little more detail about some of the YouTube ways that we use YouTube and the ways that we learn. And then also, I think that an important aspect of personal growth and reading and studying and learning and growing is also journaling. I've included journaling in habit number 1. And so we'll talk a little bit about journaling and some tips and tricks on how to get into the habit of journaling and just always have this joy or this love or this craving for learning. And it's very, very powerful because the mind so we talked about the mind like a garden. Think of this. The mind is like a computer. You've heard the term garbage in, garbage out. There's so much negativity that is bombarding us these days. There's just so much information in general, and a lot of it is negative. Okay, picture a cup of really dark black coffee, just a real dark cup of coffee. And you pour it into a giant vat, like a big 55-gallon drum. You pour this coffee, this dark, thick, black, really strong coffee into the bottom of this vat, and you see the coffee down at the bottom of the vat. And you pour a gallon of crystal clear, delicious water into the bottom of the vat. Can you see the coffee down there with the water? Of course you can. It's still there, and it's diluted. Right? Put another gallon of crystal clear, clean water in there and keep putting water in there. And pretty soon you have this giant vat of water. Is the coffee still in there? Of course it is. But if you drink out of that, you're probably not going to taste the coffee. You're just going to taste the water, and you won't see the coffee. You're just going to see the water. This is the way that you deal with negativity that goes into your mind as well. Because there's so much negativity that's bombarding us all the time, along with the good stuff, we need to focus on guarding what goes into our mind and diluting the negative with positive. And the way you do that is through this personal growth. get into the habit of reading, watching good videos, listening to the right, great music. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to grow, to get stronger, to get smarter, to just get better at what it is you're doing and learn more and learn not only, growing and learning about the things that interest you, but just how the mind works and why it works. And if you get into this habit of personal growth and always learning and growing and becoming better, that in itself will help dilute the negativity that makes it into your mind.
Yeah, definitely. And I know this is a short, quick video, but that really segues into kind of my specialty, where the chemicals that are released from your brain with your self-talk are very powerful. So if you have a second, Google serotonin. Just Google serotonin. It'll answer everything for you. It's real. It's legit. Your body is like a computer. What you feed it grows. There's lots of sayings about that too. So, and it's true. So if you are in a negative space or you're surrounded by negative people, because that's just what happened, so it's okay. It might take you a little longer than some, but you can change that. You can turn, glass half empty to glass half full, for sure. You just have to be very tenacious. Don't give up and just keep on being coachable, and it will happen. And then you'll see the magic. It might be a little painful at first. It's not going to be easy, but especially if you're older, if you're older and you have people that are already around you, you're going to change your environment, but it's going to change your life. It's going to make your life so much better. And even, we don't have any bad days. I mean, we have crap happen to us all the time, but we have 0 bad days because we've grown in this, not because we're better than anybody else. It's just that we've invested more in growing our mind than those that are not in a space where they can handle all the challenges. So with that, over to you, David.
Perfect. Well, I think that we will wrap for today, but if any of this resonated with you, if you are anxious to hear about some of our tips and tricks and some of our favorite personal growth resources, be sure to tune in tomorrow. Comment, like, and share this video, and share this and tag somebody, one of your friends that maybe is doing some personal growth and maybe needs to do some personal growth. Just, I would love to hear what your thoughts are, and I'd love for you to tune in tomorrow. And one more thing, on Thursday night, we're live in a Zoom room. It's the Ultimate Achievers Happy Hour. We get in there and we talk about whatever's on your mind. We can talk about personal growth strategies. We can talk about any of the other habits of success that you might be curious about. We can talk about the system. We can talk about success. We can talk about anything you want. I'll be there Thursday, but tune in tomorrow and share this with your friends. With that, Muller's out.